So, like, remind me, what's our amazing plan here again?
Well, after speaking with Queen Corellia, we are headed to the ice land of Wazin in hopes of contacting its queen, who is a witch with very powerful magic who is going to help us in the fight against Melodia and the god.
We're very sure that she's going to help us. Like, this is a rational decision, right?
We are so sure she's gonna. We're sure that she's real.
Ah.
Anyway, welcome to the Ice Cliffs. I hope you like the wind.
I am frankly a little bit ambivalent about the wind, I can't lie. Oh, but we got our nice piled up snow gimmick.
How do you feel about wind that changes direction randomly?
Well, that's going to hinge in quite a large degree on what the wind is going to be blowing us into. No, you see, the barrier is really just kind of figurative. It's like they're just putting all this stuff in the way to make it really just kind of a pain to get through. That kind of barrier. Sorry for the confusion.
I mean, I have my doubts as to whether how Mizuti can be sure of where anything is right now.
I mean, I don't know how we can be sure where anything is in general, but that's neither here nor there.
Anyway, I am sure that you will be shocked to learn that an area called the Ice Cliffs has monsters that are primarily of the water element.
I mean, there's a sense to it. I'd really like to see a JRPG with this kind of theming, just absolutely fuck with the order of things here and just dare the player to comment on it. I mean, like, I feel like I talked about Final Fantasy VII Remake a couple times in this whole thing so far, but that game kind of did that. There was this whole deal where Erisals underneath Midgar was just surrounded by plant life, and yet the game repeatedly wants you to tells you that the church, that Eris's church, is the only place where flowers can grow. And that was just kind of a little thing. And then in Remake, they not only didn't address this discrepancy, they just made it worse. They surrounded her house with an entire forest, and they were like, we dare you. We fucking dare you to comment about this on the internet. It was an absolute power move. And I love it. So in summation, I want to see ice areas full of fire enemies. And nobody to comment on it. Not to be any kind of, hey, this is a weird time where we're seeing the opposite of what we'd expect and the game comments on it. No. Just ice mountain full of fire enemies. Totally normal. I dare you. Game designers, show a spine challenge.
Anyway, if you press A at any point when you are walking around, it will ask you if you want to trap the magnescence of snow. It's great, and I love it.
Cool. What a convenient feature.
It is especially great when you are trying to open a chest, and you are not 100% directly on top of it, and it keeps asking you if you would like to capture the essence of snow.
This doesn't look too
Game
good.
design. It's the game designiest game design in this whole game. They really did just fill the entire area with snow prompts. It's great. Love it. Anyway, I can't help but notice we still don't... Like, I'm still not really clear what the wind is fucking up for us? Like, as far as I can tell, it's just an annoying thing on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It changes direction randomly, and it will push you in that direction. And that's it. That's all it does.
I mean, like, maybe I just haven't seen whatever's the horrifying nadir of all this, but, like, that doesn't really seem that bad.
It's so obnoxious. Because you're just getting slowly pushed in one direction. Like, if you stop moving, you will get pushed in whatever direction the wind's going. And it's just like, it just stops you. And then you'll be going some direction, trying to avoid, say, an enemy. And it's like, oh, no, actually, the wind just changed and you just ran into that motherfucker at full force.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I just would have to play it in order to understand how viscerally annoying it is to actually control. But, like, I feel like it will hinge on exactly how hard it pushes you and how much change it can affect on your direction. Now, if you were trying to do some kind of precision positioning, and you've got to not walk into the, like, you know, if you've got to navigate a very tight space full of hazards and the wind's blowing you around at random, then yeah, okay, fuck that. That's stupid. That's very, very bad. Like, I don't know about this one. I feel like maybe I've been a tiny bit oversold on the shitness of the gimmick. Or maybe I really do just have to be playing it in order to properly get it, I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna say, like, oh, cool, spiders, but then, like, I don't think they've got enough legs to be spiders.
I mean, there was that one we fought, like, way back at the beginning of the game that called itself a rainbow spider.
Yeah. I wasn't attempting to make any kind of comparison to that. I just wanted to note that I looked at these things and I thought, right, yeah, immediately think spiders. But then, well, I don't know if we're supposed to be bugged by this or not.
I mean, you know, whatever. It's clearly supposed to be a spider.
Very interested to know if something with a spider-like aesthetic but the wrong number of legs is as much of a problem to arachnophobes as a spider with the correct number of legs. Well, answers in the comments, I guess, if you can. I mean, not to promote experimenting on our viewers, but...
Right, anyway, by touching the 4 glowies, we have destroyed this barrier.
Aha.
It was a very, very secure barrier, as you can tell.
Sure. I mean, I joked about the barrier being figurative and just being busy work, but I guess... that's what I get for making jokes. Okay, that seems annoying. Like, getting slowed down like that, walking directly into the wind, which is what I assume is happening here. It's... that's not good. That's bad. Anyway, how many times total did you mean to interact with something and then wind up being prompted to collect the snow?
I think it was only that twice. It definitely might have been more.
I mean, that's significantly less than I was expecting.
Enemy is extreme.
Well, there's only so many chests that are there.
Anyway, ice bomb?
It's an ice bomb.
I kind of dig its aesthetic. I mean, I know it's you can read it in pretty much the same way as the Final Fantasy one, but like I think they're taking the hair aesthetic in just barely a different enough direction for me to not consider this to be a complete rip-off. Even if the way it works in combat just mechanically is, yeah, it's literally the same.
I am always amused that when like the fire cards hit their effect and the bomb is put on fire.
It's good. It's good. I can dig it.
This place is nuts. I guess it ain't called the Icelands for nothing. So the rumors were true. Wazen really exists.
But it be a dead end here. Look for another passage.
Hold on. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, it's a cliff, alright.
Shella?
Don't really know what we were expecting. Sure. Okay then.
This area is very pretty.
Right then. Been holding out on us?
Let's go.
Like, I'm sure you'll forgive me for being a tiny bit jumpy about protagonists keeping secrets from us. Just kind of has a little bit of a maybe not great of a track record, you know? Just a little bit been burned once or twice.
The Icelands, the Icelands. This is something to see.
For an area whose entire aesthetic is blue, I think they do a very good job.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Got a style.
Hey, hold up already. Shella!
Anyway, I'm starting to get a sense of why she was so eager to take on this nonsensical mission.
Try pronouncing that one.
I'll refrain, thanks.
Welcome home, Your Majesty.
Did I just imagine that? Your Majesty? Are you telling me that...
Shella, me?
You're gonna take turns responding?
So, good
We'll
news.
talk about it later.
This mysterious Queen of Wazen, who is a witch with great magic, is real.
Forces of darkness.
The problem is that we already had her support.
Whoops.
Queen Shella, we're relieved to see you safe and sound.
I'm fine. Yet
Unfortunately, literally everything else is
from a
fucked.
saber dragon and Sadal Sud. They didn't make it.
I'm so sorry to hear that. They were good men. I'm sure their souls are at peace knowing they did their part, as Her Majesty has thus returned safely.
Well, unfortunately, the last thing that they went through was getting insulted by this complete piece of shit.
Please do. Has anything happened while I was away?
Nothing worthy of your attention, Your Majesty.
Okay, good,
I
great,
see. That's good
Just-
to hear.
fantastic.
You must be tired. Please take a rest.
The plot implications of this
Prepare
are
hot food for our guests.
exactly nothing.
Barnett, we don't have time to relax. We need your advice.
Hope I can be of some help.
So, like, what was the plan here?
I see. Her Majesty has been through quite an ordeal.
And just wait until we tell you about her
I
boyfriend.
thank you all for your help. Thanks to you, Her Majesty has returned to us safely. And I appreciate your involvement in helping Her Majesty. My sincerest gratitude.
I would really appreciate them not staring directly into the camera when they address us.
Barnett, stop it. You're embarrassing me. We have more important things to think about.
Yes, Your Majesty. About these End Magnus you told me of, I could have never imagined that the calamities predicted long ago would turn out to be something so horrible. We certainly cannot allow this cursed god Malpercio to be awakened unto our world.
I mean, when everyone started
However,
talking about
to
calamities,
face
I
the
was just
power of
thinking
the
there were going to be
five
mild
End Magnus,
inconveniences. I didn't think they were
the
actually going to be
various limbs of
calamitous.
ancient gods, you would need something equally powerful. The only thing that comes to mind is the ocean mirror, passed down from generation to generation. The mirror
I mean,
should
didn't
be able
we
to
try
reflect the
this
god's
last time?
vile powers
Pretty
and
sure one of
provide
the old ladies told us
It may
about
allow you enough
how
time to
Malpercio
either
drunk the
withstand
entire
End
ocean,
Magnus
but then
or
he drowned
destroy
himself in
them.
doing so.
Yes, this may indeed work.
I think you're right.
Yeah, sounds fine. Probably fine.
Very well.
See, all we need is
I'll go
another
back to the
ocean.
Lake of the Dragon and get the mirror.
Will you not reconsider,
It's like-
Your Majesty?
Man, you need like
have
world-endingly
taken this
powerful
path,
artifacts in
yet
order to
none of
combat
them,
this
not a
threat.
single one.
Fortunately, we can just think of a couple off the top of
I
our
know.
heads. They've just been
To
lying
tell you the
around.
truth, I'm
I think this one
scared,
ought to do.
But we both know this is the only way. I can't back
Look,
down
Wazen
now.
has been engaged in mutually assured
Besides,
destruction for a
I have
very
guardian
long
spirit
time.
With me. This
Also,
just
I
might
kind of
work.
want to know why Jella didn't already know any of this.
Then I will say no more. I'll begin preparations immediately.
Like, I feel
It
like
may
this
take a while to
this
get
should have
everything
been
ready.
in the briefing packet.
I'm counting on you. Why don't we go take a look around town while she's preparing?
Well, that does require a couple of very
Sounds good to
particular
me.
assumptions about the circumstances of Jella's
Yes.
departure.
I'd like to see how people live in the Icelands.
But, like, I don't know, I don't feel it's unreasonable to feel owed an explanation at this point.
To accompany you.
Might as well. It's an alternative to just sitting here doing nothing.
Okay, great, so... side quests in a whole new town?
I mean, what else are we gonna do while Barnett gets our world-ending artifact together?